Hello, my name's Jordan. This is Clay. This is Zach. We are 3/4 of Bealby Point, and we're here to talk to you about our brand new EP, Fridays, which we're super stoked about.
So our new EP just came out a couple of weeks ago. Basically, the meaning behind it is it's just a compilation of a lot of our experiences growing up in Vancouver and being a 20-something, going through day-to-day life and experiencing some ups and downs. And basically, each song kind of reflects a different situation that we've been in and kind of explains a little piece of that, whether it be heartbreak or being at a party with your friends or um, something as trivial as just an average Friday night with the lads or with your significant other. So um, we kind of wanted to just talk about what the recording process was like and what the writing process was like and who we worked with. So we'll kind of just start there, I guess.
Yeah, the recording process was really awesome. It was we got together with the idea of making a full-length EP, and we actually recorded a year ago, basically to the day, right here in Vancouver at Hipposonic Studios. That was a crazy experience for us. It was the first time we'd been there. We got a chance to experience that studio, which was awesome, work with some great people, and kind of level up our music in a way that we hadn't done before.
Yeah, and then it's just as far as like the just diving a little deeper into the recording process, we kind of just took like a standard approach to that, meaning we started with the beds, the bass and drums, and then after that we recorded the guitars all as overdubs, Jack and I, and then we moved over to vocals, and then we ended off with just any extras, so like harmonies, percussive things, and just any final details on top.
Yeah, that makes me think too. We got all the beds down first, and then from that point on, we were kind of able to like jump around. We'd do some like rhythm guitar, and then we'd get some vocals down, and then maybe give Clay a chance to get in there, do some lead guitar, and it was pretty like free way of going about things, but it made for a good recording process, kind of less stress, gave us all a chance to take breaks and whatnot.
Yeah, we'd gone to a bunch of other studios. We toured around Vancouver and kind of looked throughout some other pretty famous places, and we've recorded at two separate studios before in Vancouver, and we heard a lot of really good things about Hipposonic through Peach Pit, and there's a lot of legendary bands that have recorded there in the past. And we got to work with the owner, Rob Darch, and he was really helpful and really nice. And the assistant producer, Leah Moose, was very helpful. And we got to use a plethora of their guitars and pedals and mics. That was awesome. We were recording with our good friend, Matt DiPomponio, he's recorded everything we've ever done that's released. So that was awesome. It was just a really free-flowing experience where we got to not necessarily have a huge time crunch, which was great.
Yeah, and yeah, just to touch back on the gear, I remember it was exciting that we had this rack at the front of the recording room with
We had like 3 or 4 racks.
yeah, 3 or 4 racks with probably 15 guitars to choose from. So did a lot of takes, got to test out a lot of tones, and that was a super fun experience for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also got to we had 3 drum kits there. Ended up using mine. We had basically everything we could ask for equipment wise. So that couldn't have been easier for us.
It's cool for our producer Matt as well. Got a chance to experiment.
We also were lucky enough to have our good friend Cole George. He was our drum tech for the album. He's in Vancouver band Hotel Mira, so he was really helpful dialing in tones with us and kind of taking some of the stress off of me and taking some of the stress off of Matt as well, which was nice to have.
Yeah, it was awesome, and we also had a few other friends come in and out of the studio, whether it was to hang out or take some photos and videos. Just overall, a really good time. We all really enjoyed going there and spending the days we had there.
Mm-hmm. Should we segue into the writing process?
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, we knew that we wanted to record an EP going into this project. originally we decided that we wanted to do 5 songs, and then ultimately we added a 6th song.
We had enough time at the end to get a 6th song in, which was awesome.
And funny enough, that 6th song ended up being the title track.
Yeah.
Almost didn't get recorded. Funny enough, that song has always been like a cult favorite around our friend group. Like, we had a demo of it that we recorded a long time ago, like almost a year before. And
are you gonna say how we were keeping it a secret
we
that we had recorded it?
Yeah, we were keeping it a secret for the longest time.
We
But
tried our best. They found out though.
They found out for sure. I think there was a couple nights where we just couldn't contain our excitement anymore, and they definitely heard it over a few drinks. So,
but yeah, it was awesome that we got time to record that. But sorry to go back into the writing process. Compilation of songs from a good deal of time before. Something worth mentioning is in Vancouver, in Canada at least, there was still some on and off or changing COVID restrictions. Definitely made it hard for the 4 of us as a band to meet up and write in the way that we usually do. So there was a lot of FaceTimes, a lot of voice notes being sent around, us just doing stuff on our own, which sometimes can make for some cool stuff. Like, we will build songs based off of riffs that someone writes, and then it just grows from there when we do get a chance to meet up, which was it was cool to see. I mean, all these songs came together in their own way, but it was a super fun way of writing.
yeah, I think the first time we'd ever heard Say It Anywhere, I know not anyone, was when we were meeting socially distanced outside, and Jack brought an acoustic guitar and he had the chorus for both songs.
Yeah.
And
he played them for us, and we're just like, okay,
that was
that'd
the
be
first time we'd ever heard. We're like, oh, that'd be awesome. I wish we could.
wish I had an instrument here.
Wish we could jam that right now and actually make a song out of it. But then we all went home and even used like Logic Pro and sent things back and forth using that and recording stuff. And eventually we were able to get together, and once restrictions had lifted, and probably record an EP, which was just great. We're really happy with the way that it's turned out, and we hope everyone enjoys it.
Anything else on the writing process?
The only thing that I would add, as far as like my experience writing lead guitar parts, is most of the time it seems it typically starts with Jack, whether it's the lyrics or the like a chord progression or whatever the case. But a lot of the times I just I improvise a lead part on the spot that I just try to like get a feeling across, like what I hear from Jack for the first time. I try to sort of match that vibe or energy with my guitar part, and it never turns out the way it does on a record, obviously the first time I play it. So we end up recording the song and then go back to it later, and then I sort of workshop my part, and but I try to keep that initial feeling that I felt when I first heard the song.
Yeah, you tend to like set the vibe pretty early, and then it changes from there. But
and the drums and bass kind of adjust going off of that, and eventually even Matt throws in some of his own flavor, gives us some ideas for parts.
Basically we did pretty extensive like pre-production with Matt. He gave us his thoughts on our songs, arrangement things, structure things. Then whenever we can, we test those changes out, and basically try to get the songs as strong as we possibly can before going into the studio. So by the time we were ready to record, we had played these songs so many times. We had them pretty solid, which definitely helps, because in the past recording, we probably haven't been quite as solid of a band. So it was nice to see how our practice had paid off in that regard, for sure.
Definitely.
Any more writing things?
The only thing that I would think of is not really as much of a writing thing, but during the recording process, we definitely wanted to do something different than the first 4 songs. Like we felt like we didn't really know as much about the production side going into the first 4 songs, which was originally supposed to be an EP together as well. And when we went into it this time, we had a better idea of the tones that we were trying to achieve going in, and the actual sound. And these songs definitely have a bit more of a clarity to them, and definitely a bit more of a bit more structure that I think we like. So definitely going to be kind of improving off of this EP for the next stuff that we release.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. We just had a better idea overall of what we were looking for, and we're super stoked with it. We think it turned out great, and we definitely accomplished our goals in that regard. And then lastly, just to quickly talk about who we worked with, even though we kind of went over it already. Our good friend and veteran producer, Matt DiPomponio, was with us the whole time. I guess there's not much else to say, hey?
Yeah, I mean, he's just a great producer. He lets us have a lot of fun in the studio. And he's always in an upbeat mood, even when maybe we're not in the most upbeat mood. He tends to
keep things light,
scare us, or pump something through our headphones to make us laugh before a take if we're feeling a little stressed out about something. So he keeps the air pretty light and makes us feel pretty good and comfortable when we're recording. And then we worked with, like I mentioned before, Cole George from Hotel Mira. He was really helpful to me, just taking some of the stress off of like finding tones and tuning stuff, just to give me a little bit more time to kind of think about parts
and get another drummer's opinion in there too.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. I mean, and he's a fantastic drummer, so having his opinion is always good. And then Liam, he was the assistant producer. He basically just made it so easy, getting us every mic we needed, every guitar that we asked for,
just so we could try everything.
Just incredibly made it so easy. And then Robert Darch, who owns Hibosonic, was just the nicest guy you could ever ask for. Super accommodating. Just did everything that we could possibly ask for in a studio. So just made our lives a lot easier at the end of the day.
Yeah. All right. Is that everything?
I think so.
Okay. Thanks so much, guys. We are Bealby Point, and we hope you go listen to our Friday's EP if you haven't already. Bye.